Hey guys, it's Marion from Attire and Beyond, and I am going to read from my book, Anyone Can Live a Happier Life. And if anyone wants to ask any questions, that's great. If you're watching, if you're not watching, then and you listen later, then just let me know. And if you want to ask any questions, that is great. So here we go. I'm going to start with the introduction. What if you knew this book or me speaking to you could help change your thoughts to change your life? Would you read it? I can't make any guarantees, but I can share my story and other stories about how we changed and improved our lives by putting the past in the past, no matter how horrendous, terrible, or scary. If we can do it, anyone can. If you are still listening to me, this is reading, of course, it's probably because you want to improve yourself, make your life a little better, or soar with the eagles. It's all about attitude and changing your thoughts. You may even want to just share it with a friend who needs a little boost or guidance. Whether you purchased this book, won it, received it as a gift, that goes for this live, or it just appeared in your hands or on your screen, I want you to know I will do everything I can to make it worth your time. I want you to, I just said that. I know every moment is valuable. I will show you how shifting your attitude, a decision, or a thought process can change everything in a moment, in as little as a moment. I have admired and learned from many great masters over the years and will do my very best to share my stories, others' stories, and the teachings I've learned from my mentors, who are anyone from Anthony Robbins to Oprah Winfrey, Wayne Dyer to God, Iyanla Van Zant to Louise Hay, the cashier in the store to the man asking for money in the subway station. And that's Tony Robbins now. We are all teachers and students of the universe and God. Be open to everything. Learn from each experience. Life is filled with many surprises, both good and bad. It's what we make of them that determines the meaning of our life. It's how I lost my spot. It's how we treat others and how we serve. It's about giving without expecting anything in return. It's about being open to love and relationships and becoming vulnerable, even if that means getting hurt. With each experience, we grow stronger from the hurt. It's about knowing when something negative happens that you will get through it and possibly even gain a positive new way of thinking from it. Better yet, there is usually a much more positive experience waiting for you. Even if this is a hard concept to grasp, bear with me. It took me years and years. The journey you will embark upon while listening to this book is about triumph through adversity, turning bad into good, making lemonade out of lemons, treating everyone the same, whether they are a billionaire or a homeless person. We are all human, all one, all connected, and we really need to hear this now. My story is one that goes from complication and devastation to elation, transformation and creation. And though I would love to share it all with you, there is just too much for one book. I will begin book number 2 as soon as this one is complete. Keep an open mind throughout your reading experience, your listening experience. If there is one thing I know for sure, it is a positive outlook makes a world of difference in my journey. Better yet, realizing that no matter what happens in my life, it will be okay. And there is a rainbow at the end of the horrific storm. It's not just a positive attitude. It's how I think about things, handle situations, and speak to others. It is all recognizing It is also recognizing how to talk to myself with kindness and love. It's about getting over fears and believing in your own self-worth. Just being positive will get you nowhere. Changing your thoughts or questions you ask yourself as situations occur will get you everywhere. Dedications and thank yous. I am going to read this just because it's part of the book. What if you thanked everyone you knew for coming into your life, whether it was a good experience or a learning experience? How do you think that would change your attitude towards circumstances? If I can do it, anyone can. Thanks to my friends, family, and others who stood by me through all the good, bad, happy, and sad throughout life, but especially this past year and a half. Just to catch you up, this was 7 years ago that this book got published. I am grateful whether you were a good part of my life, a great part, or what I will call a learning lesson. Thank you. To all who contributed to this book as a way to help others realize if you can move forward in life through your experiences or your actions you took, they can too. Anyone can. That is the purpose of this book and of me reading it to you. And you are helping others by sharing your stories. I truly appreciate it and am honored you are taking this journey with me. And these dedications are to some people who gave me their stories for the book. Very, very good stories that I really felt and still do every time I read them. Of course, to my editor who received this book in dribs and drabs, I also consider her a friend, though, so the top part applies to her also. My next project will be more organized, and it was. To all of those individuals who were learning lessons, who came in and out of my life, which enabled me to grow and change, I brought you into my space and take 100% responsibility for all we experienced. I thank you for being a part of my journey. I am also sorry if there is anyone I hurt along the way. Most of all, I want to thank God, higher source, and this magical universe for being a part of me and guiding me through this book. Thank you for connecting me to spirit. I am truly blessed. Because I think differently than many, I would also like to thank the angels, spirit guides, and fairies. My supporters and readers, who I hope will continue to grow and learn with me on this journey as I continue to grow and learn from and with you. And most of all, for everyone who encouraged me and didn't tell me my dreams were ridiculous. For not saying anything when I took 3 steps forward and 2 steps back when it came to writing this book, relationships, and everything else in life. I love you all. God bless. Thank you to anyone new who has entered into my life since writing this book. Also, if I allowed you into my space, you are good for me and my life. Excuse the hair, would you? I don't know what happens. It's all, oh, it's not my hair. Okay. All right, back to this. I want to thank my man for being supportive in every way, every day. I came to a point in my life where I felt good about everything else, but it was time to find someone to share it with. I am very grateful. I finally have a feeling of peace, love, joy, and happiness with my companion. And honey, if you're listening to this, love you. My companion, Erwin Goldberg, who I love so much. Okay, so now I'm off the path. I do not regret or have any remorse for any of my past relationships, as they are the reason I am able to write this today and read this today. I am glad for each and every experience, good, bad, both good and bad. Remember, every experience is a learning experience. The first chapter, Attitude. What if you knew you could change your attitude and in turn your life would transform because of it? Would you do it or at least give it a shot? This is a quote from William James, 1842 to 1910. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitude of mind. If you have a healthy attitude, you can get much further in life. In order to change our attitude, we need to change our thoughts. Learning to bounce back whenever there are hard times is crucial. Pay attention to your thoughts. It is imperative in living a healthy, happy life. I asked one of my best friends what she would like to see in a good personal development book. One of her answers was how to connect with other people and how not to react when speaking to others. She also was concerned with how to find a better way to speak to people so they do not take what she was saying the wrong way. I've noticed a tremendous change over the years in this area with her, but I imagine it is still something she struggles with once in a while. A lot of us do. So, with that in mind, my question to you is, how is your attitude? How's your attitude? Do you make sure you answer people with kindness? I believe attitude is everything. And I'd say it in the Bronx, attitude's everything. Why does my hair look so funny today? You get hired because of your attitude. You can get fired because of your attitude, and people are or are not attracted to you because of it. Of course, enthusiasm is part of attitude. Would you select a friend or partner for life if they had a really bad disposition? Or are you going to look for the lighthearted, friendly, personable, enthusiastic, confident person, the one who answers with love and kindness, not defensiveness or bitterness? Now, when I read that, I know a lot of us were were brought up, and what we experienced was some of those things, like the bitterness and people who weren't kind and who knows what else. But that doesn't mean we have to be that way. We can change that. We can change that learning. We just have to relearn. So this is the first story from another writer. This is I'm going to read it as it says. Here is a story from Patty that explains a change in attitude and how it made a tremendous difference in her life. It's called My Eureka Moment, written by Patty Simone. Many years ago, I had a eureka moment that literally changed my life. I can't tell you the exact moment this occurred, but the outcome was utterly awesome. In a nutshell, one day I realized I had control over how I reacted to people and situations. The difference in my reaction and attitude was a game changer. The scenario that prompted the realization and subsequent change. I was part of a civic women's group, and one woman in particular was very irritating to me. I didn't like anything about her. She wore old-fashioned clothes, her haircut was outdated, she seemed so serious about everything and had a strict school marm air about her, a real downer. Of course, there were other women who felt the same way, and occasionally we'd rehash some of the things that annoyed us at the end of our monthly meetings. One woman was wound a bit too tight with her observance of parliamentary procedures. Another one said, etc., blah, blah, blah. I always felt uncomfortable after these negative discussions, like there was a bad taste in my mouth. So I started observing how some of the other women interacted with each other, how the calmer, upbeat, and more diplomatic ones smothered over the rough edges when one or more people had a combative tone. These people fostered harmony, not discord. They recognized the 2 or 3 camps, allowing them time to have their say and making compromises, so we all came to an agreement and stuff got done. So back to the Eureka moment. At some point, I realized the obvious. I was not going to change the people who annoyed me. I did have complete freedom of a choice to change my focus, thoughts, actions, words, and hopefully outcomes. I could look past the silly things that distracted me and focus on our shared mission. I could also really open my eyes and see more things from a positive perspective. So instead of focusing on the negative and what we did not have in common, I made an active choice to focus on the positive and the many things we did have in common. The almost instantaneous effect of my new forward thinking attitude was amazing. The meetings became a whole lot more productive, and my new positive point of view helped me reassess other people and the way I interacted with them. I wanted to be in the camp of fostering harmony, not discord, so we could all be more productive and get things done. Am I perpetual? Am I a perpetual Pollyanna? Nope. I get irritated by stupid, unfair, or inaccurate stuff all the time. When I'm really steamed, I'll write a note, a letter to the editor, a blog post, and within my family and circle of friends, I regularly vent about a bunch of things. People who don't teach their kids basic manners, companies with idiotic or sexist ad campaigns, etc., etc. But day by day, I'm choosing to be on the upswing. I infuse my business doings with enthusiastic and productive news, advice, and tips, especially within the growing global community of ambitious women listed on Woman Centric. Give it a whirl. Being positive is contagious, and studies show having an upbeat attitude is way healthier too. Be a change agent with a sunny disposition and watch great things happen to you and the people around you. Love it, love it, love it. You go, girl. Keep that positive attitude. Share it, live it, own it. That was me speaking to her. So the next time I come back, it's going to be attitude is everything. I will let you know when that will be. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I will get back to you. Marion from Attire and Beyond in Highland, New York. See you soon. Oh.